So in today's video, we are going to be swapping my phone screen time for reading. And the books that we're going to be reading, I'm so excited for it. Like, I literally cannot wait. Now, this book has made an appearance in several videos. The thickness of this book explains that part. I am currently on page 500. Yes, 556, and we have about 625 pages of this whole book. I'm almost done, guys. I'm almost done. So close to being done, and it is so good. Like, oh my god. Pause. Let me take a step back and say that this video just might have spoilers in it just because of the books that I'm reading in this video. I'm reading the second books of series. Don't worry though, guys. I'm gonna save a portion of this video with all of the spoilers that I may say. I'm gonna save that for the end of this video. So if you want to see my reactions and my thoughts with spoilers, then wait to that portion of this video, or you can skip that part entirely when it comes to that part of the video. So if you're here, then maybe you already read the first book and you are curious about the second book, but I'm gonna make sure that I don't spoil the second book until we get to the spoilers part. You get what I'm saying? That part of the video, we're gonna call it like the book club section. It's gonna be the book club area. And the name of this book club is gonna be called Book Lovers Sorority Incorporated. Okay, so wait to the Book Lovers Sorority part of the video to see the spoilers of everything. But for those of you who read the first book but haven't finished the second book, I'm not gonna spoil it for you until we get to the sorority part. And those of you who haven't read the first book, first of all, go watch that video, then join us so that we can all be on the same team. Anyway, there was a person who left a comment on one of my videos and was basically saying like the second book explains the first book, and they were so right. This is definitely explaining. Yeah, it's doing some explaining, and I'm like so here for that. So that's cool. After I finish this book, I'm going to be reading this one. Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is the second book of a series as well. I think it's just a duology. This book is Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross, and I also read Divine Rivals in my last swapping my phone screen time video. It's like a full circle. Without further, oh wait, I forgot the most important part. How long am I actually reading for? I actually don't know. I wanted to be surprised with you guys. I'm about to check right now on my handy dandy phone. And so this is happening in real time. I have no idea. I forgot how to find that setting. Found it. Okay, let's see. Total screen time for the week? No way. This is so low. My average screen time for last week was 4 hours and 15 minutes, which actually isn't that bad. 4 hours? Okay, now will I be able to finish these books in 4 hours? I'm definitely gonna be able to finish A Court of Mist and Fury. Will I finish Ruthless Vows? I don't know. I really want to. And so how about this? Even if I don't finish that book in this vlog, I'm still gonna come back and talk about what I thought of the book. Anyway, we are gonna be reading for 4 hours and 15 minutes. So let's get it. wanted to catch up before it was too late because I'm basically about to finish this book any second now. I'm on chapter 61, page 580 out of 625 or 624, one of those. This book is so good. I love how action-packed this book is. This book has been giving me like action from the beginning, since the beginning, which I absolutely love that. That is one thing I put in my notes. I tend to like keep notes of my thoughts on the book as I read them. I was like, whoa. The scenes in the beginning of the book, they were pretty spicy. Like pretty spicy. It didn't go immediately into like world building or anything like literally it was just like action, and I loved that. Like it was fun. It was a good like intro to a second book, so that was awesome. The second book talks about scenes from the first book, so I love how the second book references the first book, like remember when we met or whatever. I love how they don't want you to forget that this is all connected type of thing. Like it makes me feel so connected. I feel like I'm a part of their journey, because when they reference back to the first book, it's like, oh, I remember when that happened. Like I was there. You know, like that's just really cool. That's my update. It's 6:45 p.m. I haven't really read that much, but we have 3 hours and 26 minutes left. But I just wanted to pause because I'm about to finish this book like right now, and I didn't want to I wanted to let you know my thoughts before I give you my closing thoughts, closing remarks. This is my first time talking today. I had every intention of finishing A Court of Mist and Fury last night. In my head, I was gonna stay up as late as possible. I was like, I'm down to stay up until 4 a.m. if that's what it takes. Yeah, I did not do that. I think I got to like 1 a.m., but I wasn't even reading. What was I doing? I'm pretty sure I was like bullet journaling. I was bullet journaling last night. And I was doing like my monthly spread because it's the beginning of a new month and a new year. But beside that, all I want to do is read. But like I'm telling myself that like, no, go and take care of your business things. Like go and take care of your calendars. Go and like plan for the week. Go and get groceries, you know. Go and like take care of your stuff and then read. So that's, yeah. Technically bullet journaling is also a hobby, but the way that I bullet journal, I think it's really helpful for me with my mental health, because it's like literally journaling if you want it to be that way. But it's also where I like put all of my events and my plans and my dates and like keep track of stuff, because if I keep it all up here, that's where I go a little bit like, my full-time job, we always have a lot of events, and then in YouTube land, I'm trying to figure out like, okay, when can I, you know, you have to plan for this stuff. This doesn't just happen. So my bullet journaling helps me like stay on top of my dates and my events and planning. And ever since I started bullet journaling, I have been doing it since like October of 2023, because now it's a new year. Ever since then, I feel like way less stress. And I feel like I'm in control of my time because I know what's going on. I know what's coming and stuff like that. I'm not just like being dragged by life or being like caught off guard by events, which happens so often to me. Like I'll be like, wait, that's tomorrow? Like very often. It's like a physical planner, but I have more freedom to create how I want it to look. Back to this. So literally I have like 25 pages left. I could have finished it last night, but when I tell you, you know how you're like so exhausted, like you just know you can't do anything, like you just know. Yes, I'm awake right now, but I'm not really awake. You know what I mean? If you know, leave a comment below. Have you ever felt that way? Like you're awake, but you're like, I can't mentally do anything. I'm just literally just a potato. When you're like awake, but you just can't, you know? So that's what happened to me last night. never bargain with the cruel man. Like, what? Who taught y'all how to fight in the streets, guys? What's going on with the alarms? Thank you, technology, for reminding me. You see what I'm saying? I could just sit here and read all day, but then my phone was like, actually, you need to be getting ready to go do this. So, once I finish my cup of coffee. Nesta is a baddie. Nesty. Boss energy. Oh my god. My heart. I can't take this. We have finished the book, guys. Yeah, we finished it. Like, I can't even believe it. I really can't. One thing I'm gonna say is, like, Farrah is always in some mess. She's always a part of some drama. And it's like low-key always going to her, which is the crazy part. Like, she's just out here trying to survive and just trying to live, and then stuff keeps happening to her. Like, it's crazy. I don't know if it's obvious, but I gave this book 5 stars for sure, without a doubt. It is definitely 5 stars. If you read this book, did you see the ending coming? Like, I did not. I'm gonna be honest. That really caught me, and I was like, and I started reading so fast. So now that I finished this book, I don't know if I'm gonna immediately pick up the 3rd book, because I know the 3rd book is like huge. Isn't the 3rd book the biggest one, or am I making this up? That orange one, it's the orange one that's in my head. If that's the one that's next, then we might have to wait a little bit, but like, I don't want to wait too long because I love this. We'll see. The next book that I'm about to read, like right this second, Ruthless Vows. Oh my god, like, oh my god, this is one of my personal highly anticipated reads of the year. This book came out after Christmas in 2023, so I've been wanting to read this book for a long time. Like I mentioned already, I already made a video of me reading the first book, so that was so much fun. Divine Rivals is about this girl named Iris Winnow and this guy named Roman Kitt. They both work at the Oak Gazette. They were both like rivals for this like journalism type of thing. So like in the background, there are so many things happening during this story, which I love. One subplot is like there's like a war going on between gods brewing in the background. Iris has a brother who went off to war. He went off to go fight in the war between gods. And so her and her brother were like really close. And now he's off at war, right? Iris has a typewriter because she just does. And she's writing letters to her brother, like heartfelt letters to her brother as he's off to war. She puts those letters in her wardrobe and they vanish and they disappear. But nobody's writing her back. Her brother isn't writing her back, so like where are her letters going and like what's going on, right? Right, my exact thoughts. So guess who's getting her letters, guys? Roman Kitt. Roman C. Kitt, to be exact. He's been reading her letters and they also work together and they're rivals. He knows more than he's letting on. He knows more about her than she knows. And she like hates him. And so I just loved all of that. But then the crazy part, one day she writes him, she writes to her brother, and then somebody writes her back. That's when everything becomes everything. That's when the magic started. If you care to know some spoilers from this book, or spoilers from the first book even, then stay for that portion of the book lover sorority. I promise you it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. Just like stay to the end. If you've read the first book and the second book, that's where the spoilers are. But if you haven't read the first book, don't go there. And if you haven't read the second book, I wouldn't even go there because I don't want to ruin the second book for you either. Anyway, let's start reading. I'm so excited. Oh my god, let's get it. Oh wait. Before we go, let me just give you an update. We have 417 pages in this book, which I love that. It's like actually like it feels very like chill compared to this one. This one was like 625 pages, so anything less than 500, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, we had to read for 4 hours and 15 minutes, and so far I have 2 hours and 13 minutes left. So that's what we're working with. So let's get into it. I haven't even read that much yet, guys. I'm literally 20 pages into this book, and I must say, I already know it's gonna be like 5 stars. I can just tell. I love her writing. You just never know with second books, cause like you just never know. I love the writing in this. I feel like, yet again, I feel like I'm there with them. It got right to the point, and I love how it flashes back to the first book very tastefully. Cause you know, when you read a book so long ago, you really don't remember like how it, you might remember how it ended, but you don't remember the small world building details. But anyway, all that is to say is I love. Pause. One thing I forgot that I loved about Divine Rivals, and now that I love about Ruthless Vows, is the fact that they have dual perspectives. Like, one chapter is Iris's perspective, and then the other chapter is Roman's perspective. And that's why I also love Divine Rivals, because I remember thinking, like, I love that I know what they're both thinking, and I love that I know more than they do. You know what I mean? It made me feel like I knew more than Roman and Iris, because we knew that Roman was getting the letters. We knew what Roman thought about the letters. We knew what Iris thought about Roman. Now we're talking about Roman and like what's going on in his life. And if you remember how the first book ended, aren't you curious as to like what's going on? So yeah, that's really cool. He doesn't even remember his name. update time. So guys, I've long surpassed like 4 hours and 15 minutes or whatever the time was. Like I already read for about 4 hours. Actually, it's been about like 5 hours if I'm being honest. I couldn't stop reading. I haven't finished the book yet though. So we're gonna continue this vlog despite the swapping my phone screen time. Yay! I read more than I am on my phone. I knew that though, so that's really cool. I'm currently on page 108 of Ruthless Vows, and like I feel like I'm right there in the trenches with them, girl. I love the perspective jumps. Like I love how we get Roman and Iris, because I have no idea. Like they're going through so many different things right now, but it's not like too much. Like I can still understand what's going on. Like I can still keep up. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when a story has too many subplots, you're just like, but the crazy thing about these subplots is that it's really all connected. It's just happening in different locations. So when it comes together, it's just going to be very magnetic. You know what I'm saying? I really like this book. Like it's really freaking good. What a great way to start off the year. We gotta get payback at this point, because the way that thing left her friend, her mortal friend from book 1, you know what I'm talking about. The way that thing left her, yo, they needed to pay for that, because that was messed up. The way they slaughtered that girl, had her nailed to the wall for everybody to see for like weeks. That was just so messed up. But what we know from our dear friend Reese, he took all her pain away. Oh my God, I love him. He was like doing that even before people knew that like he was good. And people still don't know that he's good. People still think he's like a terrible person. But like he saved some people without them even knowing that it was him saving them. And like I just love that. I love that. Reese is the guy. Forget Tamlin. Like Tamlin who? Who is that? I'm sorry. Let's leave him where he was in the first book, for real. Like, we're not bringing that with us this season. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Reese, like, he's absolutely my favorite. And I'm not gonna lie, I hated him in the first book. I was like, who the hell does he think he is? Like, he is so, like, not the vibe. No, like, he is not him. Like, you are not the main character, sir. You thought? The stuff that he had Farrah doing at the end of the first book, like, you know what I'm talking about? Do you remember? Like, Reese was treating her like a plaything. You know, I'm honestly loving this, like, this space that we have here so I can talk about spoilers, because when I'm reading books, I don't want to talk about anything of, like, who did what and spoilers, because it's gonna ruin the vibe for people. But like at the end, when they're basically like playing this girl out, making her do these tricks for him, I was like disgusted and I hated that. And then you fast forward in the second book and he talks about that experience. He hated that too. And I was just like, I had no idea. One of you guys who left a comment and said, you'll find out in the second book, like it'll all make sense in the second book. You were so right, and I love that. A lot of you guys really like this book, and so I really like it too. I'm not even gonna lie. So yeah. They found the cauldron. Because rule number 1, never make an agreement with the enemy to give them information about people that you love. How does that end well? It doesn't even sound good. What are they gonna do with all that information? Think. I love this book. Girl, Lucian and Elaine. Okay, that's one I did not see coming. But I have a good feeling of who Nesta likes. If y'all know, we need to find a space to talk, honestly. If y'all know, I don't know. But I'm about to find out. I don't know. It's like whenever you're like reach the last episode of your favorite show on Netflix and you know it's over after this. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. That's crazy. Okay, I don't know who Roman Kid's father think he is. But who do you think you are? You cannot bust into somebody's home, basically break into somebody's home and start talking down on them and start talking down to them. Like, girl, this is chapter 2. Chapter 2. The nerve. And can we talk about like how the first book ended? Like, let's talk. We need to talk about that. The fact that Decree, is that his name? I'm gonna call him Decree. I'm gonna call him D, actually. The fact that D swept up Roman Kid, and the fact that her brother Forrest is still alive. These are some mad spoilers. Forrest is still alive, and like he was fighting with the enemy. Like, I'm like, hold on, how did we get there? Hold on, let me stay on track. The way the first book ended, like D swept up Roman, then saved his life because he was dying too. Like, he almost died, but he wiped his memories. Roman doesn't remember like what is going on. Like, he doesn't remember really who he is. He doesn't remember that like he's with the enemy right now. He has no idea. That's kind of how the first book ended. And so I'm like, so then the dad pulls up and is like, where's my son? And then he starts, you know, putting 2 and 2 together and realizing that like they're married. He basically insults this girl. Hello, father-in-law. Like, it's only 2 chapters in and this is how I'm feeling. Like, this is such a great sign. Like, I love. Roman doesn't remember like what, why, where he's at. Like, he's just like so confused. He was looking at his body. You see all these wounds. I love this book. Why is it that D is so obsessed with Roman? And Roman is so confused. Like, every time they show up to a new city, Roman's like, where is everybody? Like, where are all the people? Like, why are these buildings abandoned and like everything looks boarded up? Like, D grabs Roman, runs to find a door. So many questions right there. I'm like, what door? Where does this door lead? How do these doors keep appearing? A few scenes ago, D had a key around his neck and he like came from out of some door. And whenever Roman first woke up, he didn't even know where he was. Poor Roman, guys. Poor Roman. I feel bad for him, but I'm also like, let me follow your storyline. Like, his storyline is way more interesting right now than Iris, and I love that. I just feel so bad for him. Like, I just want to like coddle him and be like, let me tell you, Roman, you are being scammed. Why is he obsessed with Roman, you know? D chose to take Roman instead of all the other guys that just got shot. And then like as they were running away to this door, Roman hears a bomb go off. There are more shots being fired. He's just looking back and him and D are going the opposite way, and Roman's like, shouldn't we like wait? Like, shouldn't we go help them? D is like just completely like ignore him, and that's where I stopped. I was like, wait, right, why aren't they with, like, what?